Key point 1. Good sex life is necessary for any marriage and worth striving for. Marital intimacy, including sexual, creates a beautiful connection between two committed people, strengthening a relationship. A happy marriage and sex are closely related. They do not exist separately. If your family life is happy and filled with love and support, you will probably have great sex with your partner. And vice versa. If you have good sex, your family relationship can't go wrong. Physical and spiritual relationships constantly intertwine and complement each other. However, there is often a connection between extramarital affairs and bad sex. Good sex takes effort. Study your and your partner's needs. Professional and personal difficulties, daily worries, stress, and other numerous triggers may distort a couple's sexual life, leading to its absence. There are various reasons for reluctance to have sex. It may be the result of a trauma you experienced in a past relationship, or it may be the result of a general tension between partners. A lack of sex or boring sex can further deteriorate the relationship and even lead to a dead end. Have a New Sex Life by Friday can help diversify your sex life. You will learn that sex is not only about the physical, but also about spiritual harmony. To have a happy sexual relationship, you must listen to your partner and understand their wishes. How to revive sex after many years of marriage? Do you need a lot of money to please your partner with sexual surprises? Dr. Kevin Leman answers these questions and gives practical advice to make your sex brighter and strengthen your relationship with your spouse. Sex was created by God Almighty to be something wonderful between a husband and a wife, as a way of becoming one in every possible way and solidifying a lifetime commitment. Dr. Kevin Leman. Key point 2. Forming an incredible sexual bond with your partner is crucial. Although we're used to believing that men need sex more than women, this is not true. Women also need stable, intimate relationships. It is also wrong to think that emotional contact is unimportant to men. Regardless of gender, we need physical satisfaction, which is impossible without deep emotional attachment and mutual understanding. Sexual pleasure involves much more effort than simple mechanical movements. Men seeing their women not enjoying sex is the same as women sharing something important, but their husbands only pretend to listen while watching TV. Men need their wives' emotional inclusion and their full attention. Sex is important to men. Since marriage is about putting your spouse's needs before your own, women should try to have enjoyable sexual experiences with their partners. But this is not a one-goal game, of course. The secret of a happy relationship is that each person takes care of their partner's needs. Men also need to put their wives first and always stay within the 3 things every woman wants: affection, communication, and commitment. To make their wife happy and satisfied, every man needs to do the following: allow their wives to show emotions and appreciate their openness. Be attentive to their problems, but only help solve them when their wife asks. Be a rock. Take the initiative in all areas of life. It would be helpful to keep the romantic fire burning. Men should take their wives out to dinner, help them with the household chores, and keep being sweet. It is crucial to show love to your partner in a way they understand. Someone needs to hear words of love or more hugs and time spent together. The best way to find out what your spouse wants is to ask them. Find out how to please them and what they need now. Your partner's involvement and attention are what each of us wants. Be sensitive and attuned to your loved one. Key point 3. What's on the man's mind? Constantly thinking about sex can be strange for women, but they should understand that these thoughts are an integral part of a man's nature. Fantasies about sex encourage men to organize romantic dinners for women, hug a lot, and dance in the kitchen while cooking something delicious. And of course, give flowers and take them out on dates. The penis is special and probably the most important organ for every man since childhood. In 2012, Terry Fisher and her research team discovered that the average healthy man thinks about sex 19 times a day. The urge to achieve the desire despite obstacles signifies a man's psychological health. It is necessary to figure out what men want and give it to them if you want to attract the man all women dream of. The man's mission is not only to satisfy a woman in bed, they also will help you with the house cleaning and make a late-night run to the store if you ask. It is crucial to know men better and get into their brains. A headway into understanding males means knowing that they are attracted to the physical, born to compete, craving for adventure. Recognizing men's top 3 requirements in the order listed can help earn their devotion. A man strives to feel his woman's desire for him. He needs to sense his wife's sexual passion and attraction. When men feel wanted, they can take a star from the sky. Men want to be necessary. Men have a hero instinct. They feel the need to please their spouse. Men love to problem solve. It is valuable for wives to encourage their husbands by letting them help out occasionally, even if it is possible for women to do it independently. Let men be the go-to guys. It is natural for men to want to be respected. They long to recognize their strength, courage, and readiness to act. They also want to be a support for females. Women should make affirming statements to their husbands and make them feel valued. When women treat their spouses with respect, they get the care back in shiny packages of affection. Key point 4. Identify the intruders in your bedroom and reclaim your sexual space. Figuratively speaking, every married individual carries a book. It is unique to each person and governs every aspect of their sexual communication. This collection is called the Sexual Rule Book. It includes experiences in each person's family of origin, peers, and past relationships. While most couples are oblivious to it, this book determines sexual relations between them. Here are the factors that influence this interaction. Your relations with parents. Our relationships with our parents affects our expectations of a spouse. The ones treated with respect as children always build solid relations with their partner. In contrast, someone neglected as a child may have difficulties expressing their needs in a marriage. Blaming and finding a fault in our spouse leads to chilling relationships and reducing proximity. Your parents' parenting style. Your parents' parenting style also reflects in your marriage expectations. For instance, if you grew up with an authoritarian father, as a wife, you'll unconsciously project feelings of frustration and equality into your marriage. And if you grew up in a permissive home, you'd take it badly if, at any point, you didn't have your way in your marriage. Your parents' engagement with one another. As children, we can't help but notice and draw conclusions about our parents' relationships. We unconsciously absorb and memorize their behavior in various situations. For example, suppose your parents skillfully found a way out of quarrels and reconciled conflicts. In that case, you may repeat this relationship model with your partner. Attitudes towards sex in your family. We bring many things from childhood to our relationship. It applies to sex as well. If our parents understood sex as an essential part of married life and did not see it as something dirty and forbidden, we would most likely treat sex the same way. Analyze all these factors and understand how they affect your sex life. Don't allow your sexual rule book to control your relationship. Realize that you are an adult who can form ideas about sex from your own experience. Did you know sex helps keep you in shape? One sexual act burns 360 kilocalories, equivalent to running at a speed of 8 kilometers per hour for 45 minutes. Key point 5. What and how we say is essential for building solid relationships. One of the critical rules of effective communication is understanding the other person's needs. Men don't talk to women the way they speak to other men. Women don't talk to men the way they communicate with their girlfriends. For example, not all women like rude jokes, which are often allowed in men's conversations. At the same time, men are unlikely to be interested in hearing about cosmetics. Of course, the personal factor here means more than gender. So first, ask what the person likes. and what they find unacceptable. Most couples spend most of their time having sex and little discussing it. But sex is not a forbidden topic. Try to talk openly with your partner about sex. Share your dreams and fantasies, and listen carefully to your partner's wishes. Directly ask your spouse what their sexual language is, be it visual, kinesthetic, auditory, or relational. Here are some tips to help men understand women better. Some women like to speak in hints and riddles, so learn to read between the lines. In any case, it is better to question and be sure of your guesses. Women are often very attentive to details, so it is better to know which flowers are their favorite rather than giving them randomly. Sex is more than just getting into bed with your partner every night. It's what happens between you throughout the day. Here are some tips for women who want to establish better contact with males. Men like to be told directly, without unnecessary hints. Sometimes wives should say which flowers they want so as not to be upset because of the wrong choice. Women should warn men about their desires. For example, suppose the wife dreams of going on a trip for their anniversary. In that case, it is better to say a month in advance and not romantically hope that the husband will guess. Listening to your partner is essential. Sometimes we're so caught up in personal experiences that we ignore the wishes of our spouse. We must remember that a relationship is always about two individuals constantly learning to coexist. A mate can only know your needs when you express them. Key point 6. Keep your sexual life diverse. It is essential to add zest to your marital life now and then. Making love involves entwining bodies and the union of minds and souls. Experimentation and curiosity are crucial for good sex. Exploring your body with your partner leads to greater intimacy. Here are a few pointers to help you obtain the spark you and your partner crave. Assess how important the external atmosphere is to you. External factors affect our sexual mood and desire. Sometimes we need dimmed lights or a hot bath to relax and switch from work thoughts to sex. Consider what helps you create a romantic mood. Remember that your spouse may have other wishes. If you choose to have sex in the dark while your mate enjoys intimacy in the light, negotiate a balance. Compromise is necessary for a relationship. Unusual places for sex can diversify your intimate life. Only having sex in bed is dull. Change the usual pattern to unlock new levels of sexual fun with your partner. Try to rent a hotel room or do it in a car. Give free rein to your imagination. Try new poses and fresh foreplay methods. Spice up your sexual experience by trying various sexual positions. Ditch the old missionary style and heighten flirting and sexual tension with the sitting position. By trying different poses, you will understand that each creates a distinct sexual atmosphere. Keep up the surprises and romantic gestures. Don't stop dating your spouse. What is your excuse for not instigating romantic gestures in your marriage? Money. One mistake people make is they think it always takes money to be romantic. Below are a few free or low-budget activities that can draw you closer to your spouse. Take a shower together. Make love on the banks of the river or sea. Watch erotic movies together. Play dress-up games. Share sexual fantasies. The list is endless. The truth is that sexual relationships also require planning. It is not something that happens by itself, but it is something we can improve through our efforts. You and your partner deserve the best sexual experiences. Over the years, I've learned that a part of being a good mate is knowing the quirks of your spouse and flowing right along with them. Dr. Kevin Leman. Conclusion. Sex is an identifier of a marital relationship. It begins much earlier than when you and your partner find yourselves undressed in bed. Your every word, gesture, and look throughout the day determines how and whether you will have sex. To have a happy, intimate relationship, you need to start with emotional closeness. Let your spouse feel your love. Do everything to make your partner feel comfortable and cozy next to you. However, always keep your needs in mind. While caring for your partner, remember to ask yourself what you want. Make sure that you feel pleased with your partner. If you realize that you're missing something, say so. Although we learn to understand each other without words over time, we still cannot read each other's minds. Say things as they are. Your partner will appreciate honesty and directness. If you see that your sexual relationship has lost its brightness, it does not mean it's time to break up. Crises in relationships are usual. Sometimes it is difficult for us to solve problems on our own. Remember to contact a family psychotherapist for help if needed. You don't have to deal with issues alone. Try this. 1. Openly discuss sex with your partner. Share your secret fantasies and ask what your partner is missing. Together, you will open up new opportunities for your sex life. 2. Make a list of places where you would like to have sex with your partner. Maybe on the beach or in the car. Share your thoughts with a spouse. 3. Fantasize about what sexual surprise you could give your mate this weekend. Perhaps an erotic massage after a stressful week will help you both relax.